you doing, little man? Well, hello. He's getting some of the last grapes. Those have to be washed. So it is the first day of February, which means it is the first day of the grocery budget challenge. And if you missed my first video just outlining all of the details of the challenge, I will link that down below, as well as the playlist, because there are lots of other people who are participating in this challenge as well, and it's not too late to join. So make sure to check out that first video so you know more of the details. So long story short, our challenge is for our family of 8, 2 adults, 6 kids. We are striving to stay under $600 for the month. Now you might think, oh, well, you'll be fine with that, but this doesn't just include groceries. It includes our household items, our toiletries, personal care, all of those things are included in this. And we do have a child in diapers and one in pull-ups at night. So that is a factor as well. So what I have been doing today is I'm going to show you everything that is in our pantry back stock, as well as what's in our freezers, and talk you through that and everything. And then I have been sitting here making my menu plan for just this week. And I think that's the way I'm going to tackle it this time, is just week by week. Normally I will do an overview. I normally do once a month grocery shopping and then just fill in hauls whenever we need, fresh fruits and veggies and stuff. However, I'm going to tackle it this way this time, just so I can really pay attention to everything and make sure that we do well on this challenge. So I made my meal plan for this week, like I said, but first I'm going to show you everything in our freezers and pantry. All right, so I am going to show you what I am working with already in my pantry. So some stuff I am not going to be touching at all, and I really don't want to deplete all of this. So we have quite a few jars of pickles left, and there's also some banana peppers back here as well. We have eaten so many of these. But like I said, I really don't want to deplete these because we really want them to last until we can can more of them this summer as much as possible. So we do have a lot of pickles. We only have 2 jars of salsa left. And this goes pretty quickly in our house. We love salsa. Again, I'm really trying to ration that out. We do have 3 cans of this Rotel that I got from Costco. Then over here, this is our emergency spaghetti sauce. I actually like to just keep those in our pantry. I am not going to use those in this challenge. This is just something I like to keep in here just in case, because it is shelf stable and it's good until 2022. So I am not going to be using that at all. This is some peach preserves that I canned this year, and so these are in here. So if we need some jelly or something like that for sandwiches, we have that. All of this is relish. So I don't think we're going to be sitting around eating a bunch of relish, but it's in here. We like to eat it on things like pinto beans, and if we have hot dogs, things like that. Down here is my shelf with all of our beans. Now, keep in mind that we are a family of 8. So if I make chili or something, it's a double batch. One batch normally uses 2 cans of beans, but a double batch uses 3 to 4 cans. So it might look like there's a lot of beans in here, but really this is only probably a few meals worth if we make something. I am not going to be depleting this stock. I will probably end up buying some just to replace some that were already in here, just so my dates stay good and pretty far out. So again, I don't want to deplete my pantry stock. Now, however, with tomatoes, obviously I have way too much tomato sauce. I'm not going to be having to buy any of that. And then this is tomato paste. Both of those are tomato paste. I won't have to buy any of that. Diced tomatoes, I may have to, because I only have 4 cans. And again, if I were to make chili or something, it's going to take 2 to 3 cans of diced tomatoes to make one batch of chili. Maybe even 4 cans. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then I do have this big thing of diced tomatoes and this giant thing of crushed tomatoes. So my plan to use this was, we make our own spaghetti sauce. Like I said, that's emergency spaghetti sauce. But we make our own meat sauce. And I bought this because I was like, you know what? I am going to take this massive thing and make a massive batch of our meat sauce. So I will probably be doing that during this challenge just because this needs to be done. And I like to do some freezer cooking just to have things in the freezer to pull out and dinner is done kind of thing. This is our last jar of crushed tomatoes canned out of the garden. I have used so many of those. So this is my shelf of kind of backstock pastas and stuff like that. So I have 2 bags of egg noodles, and then I have 4 boxes of penne pasta. There's only 1 pack left in here of the spaghetti. And then we have a box of lasagna noodles and thin spaghetti. We got this for a science project and never used it. So, that just kind of sits down here. I know that's awful. A bag of some chocolate chips and just some, parchment paper, freezer bags, stuff like that. So this shelf right here is a shelf that I will allow myself to pull from for this challenge. I do have a few more things that I backstocked that I do not want to touch because they were to fill our pantry. But we do have a container of maple syrup. This is just some cooking spray, a thing of Worcestershire sauce, some sriracha, mustard, ketchup. This is just, so some of these are already gone, but this is just to pull for like a quick snack for the toddlers. If we're going somewhere and need a snack to take, I have 2 containers of chicken broth. I do have some homemade bone broth that is in the freezer that I can utilize as well, but normally we like to use that for like if we're sick or just for health reasons. Then we have 1 thing of beef broth. There are 4 things of Annie's mac and cheese. This is, if I make this, I have to do 2 to 3 boxes for our family. 1 thing of mushrooms, 3 cans of corn, 2 cans of pineapple slices, some peas. I will not use that. That's more what I use in the fall. 3 cans of green beans, but again, 3 cans, that's 1 meal for us guys. That's 1 meal aside. 2 cans, so 1 is cream of chicken, 1 is cream of mushroom. And that is normally for like if my husband really wants chicken casserole. A can of garbanzo beans, a small thing of spaghetti or a pizza sauce, sorry. 1 thing of coconut aminos. There are 5 containers of tuna. My kids really like this for lunches, but it usually takes us 2 to 3 of these for everybody in our family to have lunch. So this is like maybe 2 meals, possibly 3. Just some olive oil. This is what we use if we make sausage balls. We don't use it very often. Then some lemon juice that was down here and some ghee, clarified butter. This is just baking backstock, a big thing of yeast, which I probably won't have to get into, and I probably won't have to get into the baking powder either. And I don't even know what this is. Cornmeal mix. That actually needs to be thrown away. I have never used that. And then, because we normally use this stone ground stuff. And then some self-rising flour. And then this is all the toilet paper we have in the house. So 12 rolls here, 2 rolls there. So 14, I think that should get us through the month pretty well. So we probably won't have to buy any toilet paper. But I don't like to run low on it. So I probably will pick some up because that is something in a family as big as ours that we do not like to run out of. So as far as meat here in our freezer, we have, this is, ooh, I didn't realize we had a bunch of chicken breasts that we haven't used yet. So this is all chicken breast from Costco. So that is good to know. Most of this in here is where we bought half of a cow.
So we do have things like roast and stuff like that, but we don't like to eat beef more than once, sometimes twice a week, unless there's some kind of special circumstance. I do have a couple of bags of frozen peas and carrots. We use 2 of those in one batch of fried rice for our family. I do have a frozen turkey in here, but the rest is just beef. And like I said, this is not going to be used more than once, maybe twice a month. And I do have 2 frozen whole chickens. So it looks like we're actually pretty good on meat, but again, I don't want to deplete this. And so what I will probably do, and what I always do, is when I do my grocery runs, I still buy meat as if we need it. Because what I will do is I will take the meat that I buy at the store, pop it in the freezer, and then I will use what is already frozen in here for that month. Just because I like to always have some during the lockdown. It was kind of hard for our family because we can only get like 1 pack of meat. And if we don't keep back stock basically in our freezer, then that's not good for us, because otherwise we would basically have to go to the store every day to get food for our family. What is this? Okay, frozen mango chunks. So we do have that. That is like a snack for my kids, basically. Or smoothies or something, part of a smoothie. So that is what we're working with as far as meat. Okay, so this is just kind of carryover from the rest of the cow. We will not be using any of this beef, because this is this is beef bones to make broth. This is brisket that we're saving for the summer. We don't want to use that right now. These are our fillets, the filet mignon, which we are actually saving for my birthday, along with, we save the steaks basically for special occasions. So there's very few steaks left. So we are not going to be using any of those this month. We do have a thing of peas, which I probably need to use these. They might be a bit freezer burned. And then we do have ground venison. So we do have that probably should be used. And we have some flour that's frozen in here. We have 2 gallon-sized bags of flour that is frozen, and 1 bag of frozen broccoli. I do have a small container of 7-grain bread that is frozen, and then a 2-pack of mozzarella cheese, so that is frozen as well, and so we won't have to buy that. And then I do have right here in the door some frozen butter, so that's good. But again, I don't like to deplete that. I like to always keep some in their freezer. And the other thing that's in here is some of these apple chicken sausages that we always keep on hand as well. So that is what is in the downstairs freezer space. All right, so as far as our upstairs freezer, there's actually not a lot to utilize. There is another thing of those mango chunks. That's half a bag of breakfast potatoes. This is frozen broccoli. I think there's 4 things in there, but 2 of them are one side for us for our meals. So that's like 2 meals worth. Actually, yeah, no, less because it's open. So there's 3 in there. And then less than half a bag of shrimp, which actually I may add to some fried rice. And then another bag of peas and carrots. This is a bag of chicken carcasses, just some frozen tomatoes, our yeast, a bunch of frozen okra. Oh, there is 1 thing of butter back here. And then all of this is, well, there's some sausage, so that's good. This is all okra, and this is peppers. And then this is ham bones and turkey bacon and chicken thighs and another chicken carcass and 1 more thing of bacon. So that is what we are working with in here. But again, I don't want to use all this stuff. I know there's a lot in here, but I don't want to use it all. Oh, I also have right here in the door, these are our homegrown sun-dried tomatoes. I just keep them in the freezer. And so that's what we have in the upstairs freezer. All right, so as far as our refrigerator up here, we have just some leftover banana pudding from my husband's birthday, a container of kiwi, mayonnaise, hummus, a little bit of salsa. This is actually some chicken thighs I pulled out to thaw to use for dinner. Just a tiny bit of milk. This was used for meatball subs the other night. And then just a dozen eggs, some bagels. This is some leftover taco flavored beans that my son made for his lunch one day, to go on some chips. This is a little bit of pepperonis left, 2 baked potatoes from dinner for my husband's birthday last night, along with 2 steaks that are left. We're gonna reuse those for dinner tonight. I think we're gonna make some fried rice and hibachi. What are you doing, little man? Well, hello. He's getting some of the last grapes. Those have to be washed. So we have just a little bit of grapes and just a few oranges down there, which those will be gone probably today. And then we also have 1 lime right there. I'll go ahead and open this. A head of cabbage, some Brussels sprouts, a lemon, some asparagus, and some green onions. Thank you. All right, and then these are some cut onions that we will finish using up tonight in that fried rice. A container of organic yogurt, and in our cheese drawer, we have half a block of sharp cheddar cheese, some Parmesan, and like a couple slices of provolone, and a little bit left of this shredded or shaved Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago cheese. So that is what is in here. This is what's in the side door. And so I'll let you see that right there. There is a little bit of butter in there. There's like half a brick of cream cheese. I really need to clean my fridge. This is embarrassing. I guess I know what I'm doing today. So that is what is in here. All right, so as far as in these cabinets, this is all spices except for the heel of the bread right there, 1 piece. And then we do have some almond butter, not even half a container of peanut butter left, more spices. Then we have a partial bag of late July tortilla chips, some croutons, a thing of pepperoni, and then a thing of quinoa and rice. We do have like some breadcrumbs here and just some baking top things. That's my coffee shelf. And then these right here are some noodles that we use in stir fries and stuff. We do have some sweet potatoes, some really small sweet potatoes, so that might work for 1 meal with what's left of those. We have a few onions down here and 3 bananas and some ginger and a couple of cloves, not even 2 full cloves of garlic. So this is typically where we keep our snacks. We do have this. This is for my toddler, just for on-the-go things. There's 3 of those left. And then just a very few of those peanut butter pretzels, some chocolate chips. This is some pumpkin seed granola and some pecans that are almost gone, and coconut sugar. There's a little bit of cheddar bunnies left. This is actually really old. I need to throw that away. And then we do have some of these oats that they can add fruit or syrup to. Half a box of that pancake mix, and then some popcorn, and then the rest is baking stuff. Okay, so one last thing that I forgot to show. So of course we've got half a bag of coffee left, but one of the things I forgot to show that we do have, because it was under here, is this light brown rice right here. So we have about half a bag we are working with during this challenge. So I almost forgot about that. Thankfully, I saw it.
Now, before I share our meal plan, I just want to remind you that yes, we have a lot in our pantry/freezer backstock. However, that doesn't mean that we want to use that all. This is a grocery budget challenge, not a pantry challenge. I don't want to use everything that's in my pantry, especially like, for example, our meat. That is like, for example, we bought half of a cow this year. I don't want to use a bunch of beef because that's supposed to be used throughout this year. And so I don't want to deplete all of that. So, yeah, so I have our menu plan here. So I'm going to spin this around. I'm going to show you what I'm working with for this week. Okay, so our menu will go Monday through Sunday, and for breakfast I did not write all 7 down because some of these will be repeated. Today we actually already ate this. We had some bananas on hand and all of us just grabbed a banana because we were kind of busy this morning. I know that's terrible. It's not good eating habits, but that is not the norm. Tomorrow we're going to just do eggs, bagels, and fruit. I spelled that wrong. And then we will have oatmeal probably a couple of times. Hash is basically like a scramble with just some eggs and onions and potatoes and sausage. And then I'm going to make some apple cinnamon bread. So that is what we're having for breakfast this week. Today for lunch, we just grazed on whatever we found. Some kids ate like tuna dipped in some multigrain tortilla chips. Some kids ate like nachos made with just beans with taco seasoning and things like that. So my plan is for tomorrow, I'm going to make some venison chili, and that will be our lunch for tomorrow. And then what is left over of that chili, we will use on lunch the next day. And we are going to just make some loaded potatoes. And then we have 3 sandwich days. The last one is tuna melts. This will probably just be PB&J. We always put like fresh veggies and fruit with the sandwiches and stuff. And then one day we will have mac and cheese with fruit and veggies. So for dinners, my husband's birthday was yesterday, and so we have steak left over. So I am going to recycle that steak to make like a stir fry kind of hibachi thing tonight. But I'm also going to make a huge batch of fried rice, because what we don't eat of the fried rice tonight, we are going to recycle to make chicken fried rice tomorrow. With some chicken thighs that I had frozen. Then we're going to have some chicken sausages cut up and cooked with peppers and onions. And I will probably throw something like, I think I have some Brussels sprouts that need to be eaten. So we will throw that with it, and maybe some corn. I don't know. I'll just kind of pull it out of the pantry. Then we're going to have baked penne pasta with a side of salad, some chicken tacos, and then we have a leftovers night, and then we're going to have breakfast for dinner, just pancakes, eggs, bacon, and fruit. Now, as I wrote down each thing on this list, after going through all of my freezers and pantry, I pulled out the things that I'm going to need for this week as far as my grocery list. So as you can see, my grocery list is actually not that big. I also wrote down snacks over here. Some of these will be repeated, of course, as well. I am going to make some homemade granola bars because I have a ton of oats, which I actually forgot to show you guys. It is in a 5-gallon food grade bucket. I buy those in bulk. So I'm going to be making some homemade granola bars, and that will be a snack as well. So that is our menu for the week and our shopping list. So I will put this order in probably as a pickup order with Kroger, and I will go grab that, and I will share that with you when I pick it up. All right, so this is my grocery haul for the first week of our grocery budget challenge. And so I'm just going to share it with you really quick. So I got some eggs. Noah ripped that. Some grapes, 2 bags of apples, some pull-ups, a block of Colby Jack cheese, some celery, a bag of cucumbers, kale, 2 avocados,
This is to go with a lunch one day when I make chili. Some pinto beans to make a big pot of refried beans, and then that way we will have some to freeze for future meals as well. Some trail mix just for snacks. Some olives to go with when we eat the chili on the corn chips. Some potatoes right there. Our laundry detergent. Those are not what I ordered. That must be substituted. Anyway, some tomatoes for salads and stuff. A jar of peanut butter. This is pretty small, but I like to get the ones from Costco, so I'm holding with this until I can get there. Some toothpaste for John and I. They had a coupon, a digital coupon for $2 off. Then they substituted the big thing of spring mix with 3 small things of spring mix. Then I got 2 bags of baby carrots, 2 things of a 10 count of tortillas, some vanilla wafers because my kids just like to snack on those, a bag of broccoli, sour cream, blueberries. This was supposed to be 1 big thing of organic strawberries, and they substituted it with just 2 containers here of regular strawberries, and then some bananas. So that is all. It's actually more than what I'm gonna need. Is that good? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually more than what I'm gonna need for this week, but that's what I got.
All right, so week 1, this was my grocery total, $104.05. And so far, we're off to a good streak if we can just stick with that this week and nothing happens to come up. All right, so let me know down in the comments if you are participating in this grocery challenge as well. Make sure to follow me on Instagram so that you can follow along there and join in there as well using hashtag GroceryBudgetChallenge2021. And make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Thanks so much, guys, and I will see you all on future videos.